everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bedroom Talk with Emmanuel and Kempia. Remember the last time we talked about the anatomy of affair, and we talked about how the healing process. So we're talking about the healing process today. It wasn't an easy journey. It wasn't easy. I remember talking about my mother was there, his father, his mom, they were all there. And they all started talking. They started advising us, they didn't even know how to advise us. They just looked at us and they were saying, sorry, kuya okuri. They just kept saying, kuya okuri. Me, on the other hand, I was adamant. I didn't want anything to do with the marriage. I just wanted to just leave. I wanted to go. Well, I have had enough. Here is somebody, all I wanted at that point was to be appreciated. Here is somebody on the other side that, I was breaking my back, doing things, and even buying gifts for him, and then he would tell me that I am, what was the word?
Patronizing.
I'm patronizing him. Patronizing you for what now? I told him, I said, see, I have big people toasting me. I'm a woman. I have people toasting me. I will leave now. If I want house now, I'll get house. These are things that we women say. People say. It's not something that we should be ashamed of.
So, funny enough, it was at that point that everybody had tried to keep me quiet, and I said, hey now, because that's why I'm misbehaving, because you have others. And they shut me down. And then her mother made one profound statement that I knew it only could have come from God. Because at that point, my mom told me to shut up, and she knelt down. And she said, you mean you will stand and sit while this woman that is sick like this is kneeling down? She didn't say it in English. She didn't say it in Hausa. She spoke it was later when I found out what she said to her. Spoke in her language, and she quickly jumped up. It's like somebody just slapped her. Wake up! You can't walk away from this.
And mommy was sick.
Very sick.
And if people know Grace Nyabam, late Grace Nyabam, my mother-in-law, if you know her, a hard woman, people wondered how, like me and her were like this, we're very close. She was one of my prayer partners.
Yeah.
I used to tell her things, I used to talk to her. She was one of my prayer partners, So for somebody, people say, why you and this woman, you are close, I will be and she'll be calling me, Kempe, how are you? Are you okay? Where are you? I can come and say that we will gist, we will talk, we will pray. People wondered how me and her we're very close, that hard woman. And then I saw her. She had arthritis. For over 40 years, she had arthritis. Then it dawned on her so much in her in the night of her life. It became so she couldn't do anything. We have to carry her back, feed her, and all of that. So seeing her in pain, kneeling down and begging me just broke me. And my mom she said it in her language. She said, you must be a silly child. You must be a silly child that I did not give birth to a silly child. That how can this woman be kneeling down and begging you and you are adamant? It was like something I just quickly, and she was going down. She didn't kneel down, she was going down.
Yeah.
I just quickly got up, and then she said something. She said, Kempia, you have been my leg and my hands in this family, and my voice in this family. And I have said it to Emmanuel's siblings, all of them, that you are the mother. You are the mother and they should obey you. Please, I know. She said, I know Emmanuel has hurt you deep because I know you. I know you so well that if it didn't hurt you like that, like this, you'll be okay. You just brush it and it will be okay. But I know what you are going through. I know because I have experienced it. And I just looked at her. She said, I just looked at her. I just broke down and started crying. What they did, it was like a crusade. In this room, they started praying and singing and worshiping and praying. These things are attacks.
They are attacks.
They are attacks. They couldn't say anything. You can imagine parents that have mentored and counseled people. People, if we begin to call their names, you'll be shocked. They've counseled people in this room. They didn't know what to do. Yeah, their children falling apart. So the devil, if he doesn't catch the parents,
You catch
the children. So he couldn't catch.
Or the children's children.
Yeah, so he couldn't catch late Grace and Grace Shadrach. He couldn't catch late Peter and late Mildred. Then he. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yes, for Mildred. Sorry. She's alive. Hi.
I'm Mildred.
Mildred.
My mama, your mama don't go. If my mama
Mildred, she will live long. You live long. You will catch Mildred and late Peter. You will catch Kempia or Emmanuel. And we gave him a
room.
We gave him room. We opened the door. Emmanuel is not giving me attention. I'm talking to somebody. Kempia is not giving me attention. I'm talking to somebody. To hell with you people. And we will sleep. He will turn his face there. I'll turn my face there. It was like that. Until that day it became like a crusade. We were praying. They were praying. Yeah. If I went there praying, I would do. People should just feel. But at a point, me too. As prayer, me too. I got broken. And after then, the counseling session began. So it wasn't just, his parents that were doing the counseling. My mom too was doing the counseling. Yeah. So we had accountability partners that we could talk to. Yeah. We could go to.
And that's very key.
Yes.
You must get an accountability partner, especially when there's an affair. Because that person helps you to check your excesses and correct where you're going wrong. And helps to balance up between you and your partner.
Yeah. So just know that it doesn't happen just one day. It's a process.
It's a process.
You have to work it out. And
one of the things I realized was the first thing that Satan took away from us, because we're both prayer-proof people, was took away prayer.
We're praying together. We stopped praying together.
Yeah. We stopped our family devotion. So, when you notice these things are happening, fight. Just know that you have a fight on your hand. Try and get back on track. Because until you get back on track, you can't build, you can't rebuild. Now, this year for us has been a year of building walls of service. Making sure that wall is a place of refuge, that we are the refuge, but we're building that refuge through service in people's lives. And as a wall of service, it says our gates will never be closed. So once you rebuild, your gate will never be closed. We'll be back. We'll talk about depression in the next session for sure.
Yeah.
Kempia needs to tell you some of the things that she's gone through. I'm also going to open up about things I've lived with depression that will help people.
Yeah, so please
share,
follow, comment, follow us on all our social media handles. Emmanuel Nyabam, Kempia Nyabam. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on
Emmanuel
TikTok, Emmanuel Devotional Page. Just follow us. And share. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to be saved. Somebody needs to be rescued. Divorce is not an
option.
Like we said, except in the case of domestic violence. Yes. But if you can get help even in domestic violence, fine. But there's a period of separation that you need to go through to get help. Yes. So please follow, share.
And we're always willing to help.
Yes, we're always here. You need somebody to talk to. We're here.
God, my love.
Don't mind.
My guy.